then we'll start rendering down our scallops. In the meantime, we have a bunch of peaches, and we have our cooked down peaches, but I like different flavors and textures.
Yes.
It's all about different things.
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do in the meantime is just do a little baton cut of some fresh peach, and we're gonna use that with a little tarragon and a little olive oil and salt and pepper.
Okay.
And we'll use that as a little salad, if you will, a little garnish to put over the top of the dish right at the last second.
Okay, you better go in,
once
Chef.
again, yeah, so we're gonna have peaches kind of in 3 different styles. We're gonna have the sauce, we're gonna have the rendered down chunks, and then we're gonna have the little fresh salad.
Nice.
All right, so some fresh peaches into the bowl. Not too much, you just need a little bit. And then a squeeze of lemon, pinch of salt, and then I'm gonna take a couple of these pieces of tarragon. Tarragon's one of the easiest herbs to clean. You just kind of rip it off.
Yep.
And I am going to give it a quick little chop. You can hear the Swiss chard starting to sizzle a little bit, which means that it's wilting. We really don't want to like overcook these. We just want to give them a nice little cook. And I'm just going to add a little bit of water right now because we just want them to wilt at this point. All right, and make sure that they're coated all over. All right, so they have nice flavor. Once again, I don't know where you get your Swiss chard, but mine doesn't come salted. So I'm going to add a little bit more salt and a little bit more pepper. And another knob or 2 of butter because the 2 B's, butter and bacon, it's making this dish phenomenal today.
Yes.
Looks like we're just about there on that bacon, huh?
Yeah.
Great. All right, and we're just about there on our Swiss chard. I'm gonna let it just come over here and be nice by itself for a few minutes.
Chef, your flavor profiles are honestly like really good. I know you've been in this business for a long time, but what got you to this point to where you can just, you know what I mean?
I've worked with some great chefs over the years, and honestly, I emulate, more than anything. I look at what some of the best chefs are doing. It's one of my strong points, and I'm very fortunate, is that I could see a dish, taste the dish, and really put my own little spin on it and put something out. There's flavors that work well together, that are classic. A famous 70s, 80s hors d'oeuvre, if you will. If you went to any high-class wedding, in the 70s and 80s, you would get bacon wrapped scallops, right? So this is like our spin on that, right? We're just having fun with local seasonal ingredients, but at the same time, we're serving bacon and scallops, So it's really taking classic flavors and putting your own little spin onto them.
Yeah.
So now that we have the bacon out, let's show everybody. I'm gonna show everybody what this bacon looks like real quickly. You see how it's nice and golden? It's got these little, brown sides on them. You want to let it get to that point. Chef's going to finish that up. And once we're done over there, we're going to go right into a hot pan. We're going to let it get really hot again with these beautiful sea scallops. Chef already put a little bit of salt on them. I'm just going to dash them with a little bit of black pepper. I like pepper, especially when we're working with sweet foods, because that little bit of spice will come out. And add another flavor profile to the dish.
Meanwhile, question, what's your favorite way to have wings?
Wings?
Yeah, because you said pepper, so I was like.
So I'm a wing fanatic. First of all, flaps over drums, always.
That's why you're my mentor.
Right? Always.
Period.
I learned how to eat wings at a young age. I'm from New Haven, Connecticut. Archie Moore's is where I grew up eating wings. I used to ask for flaps, and at the time, everybody only wanted the drums, and so it was easy. I'd go out with a bunch of friends, and we'd get a platter of wings, and they would eat the drums, and I was left with all the flaps, and it was great. So I like a wing that is crispy. So I like to go either smoke or boil, dry, and then fry. So if I smoke them, I do a really quick smoke, usually just salt and pepper on them, smoke them until they're cooked through.
Like cold smoke?
No, hot smoke.
Okay.
And then, or boil. And people are like, what do you mean boil? I'm like, yeah, boil your wings. Boil them. Once they're cooked, pull them out of the water. You can save that water for chicken stock, use it down the road or whatever you want. Pull those wings out, put them on a tray in your refrigerator, let them sit for a few hours, let them set up, and then fry them. And when I say fry them, I like to go 375 until they're really, really nice and crispy. And I don't like, I'm not a lover of sauce on my wings.
Yeah.
I like to dip. So I love a dry rub. I love a garlicky dry rub of some sort. I love a Cajun dry rub of some sort. We do one at one of our restaurants, Artisanal Burger Company, that's a pastrami rub that I love. So it has that really strong coriander, black pepper flavor. So it's absolutely delicious. So yeah, I like a dry rub, and I'm a blue cheese over ranch guy. So always blue cheese. I don't like the real chunky blue cheese, but I like a good blue cheese.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a really, really hot pan here. I'm sure you guys could see the smoke, right? And we have our patted dry scallops. And what we're gonna do is just place them right in that bacon fat, right? You could hear that scallop just start to eat that bacon fat up. Doesn't have to go directly in. It could go on the side. I would say for 2 people, these are 10-20 scallops. You know, you wanna do about 6 or 7 for a nice entree order. So we have 7 there. That's gonna be your order right there, Victoria. I'm gonna do my order right next to you.
Okay.
All right, and then we'll put the rest into the cooler.
Okay.
All right, so we just wanna get the pan's hot, as long as it's sizzling. I don't even have it on heat right now. We're just using a little bit of residual heat. I think we're at 7, I can't count, but I might throw one.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15.
We got 15, all right. Camera guy, you're eating a scallop, all right, buddy? So we're getting that right back onto the heat. And we're gonna put the remainder of the scallops in the cooler for right now. So we can hear them sizzle. And at this point, you know, we're 90-95% done, right?
We're just chilling.
So I think the best thing to do at all points while you're cooking is to clean up as you go. You know, you don't wanna leave a mess behind for the next guy.
That's all right.
We're gonna sanitize in a little while, keep everything clean. So we've incorporated every ingredient that's in front of us so far, right? We incorporated the Swiss chard into our saute. We have the bacon. We have the peaches in a couple different ways.
Yeah.
And our scallops are getting a nice sear on right now. So we're gonna grab our dinner plates, Chef.
Yeah.
All right.
Grab a spoon.
You know, a funny thing happened to me on my way in today. I was walking in, some guy threw a soda at my face.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it didn't hurt, it was a soft drink.
He's here all night, folks.
So as you can see, guys, we got these beautiful scallops, or as Emerald would say, scallops.
Oh, God.
And I'm just gonna throw a little bit of butter in there, but we're starting to get that beautiful, beautiful golden sear on them. Once you see that, you're in really good shape, you know? I'm gonna see that these aren't as golden brown, maybe it's just the shape of the pan. So I'm gonna put them back on, but we're starting to get to where we wanna be. That's called the Maillard, when it starts to get that crust on any piece of meat, you know, you're getting that nice crust, and that's where the caramelization and the flavor's coming from.
Okay.
So the plan with this dish right here that we're gonna build for each other is we're gonna put a little bit of Swiss chard down.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna let you do that. Why don't we do that right in the center of the plate? Try to eliminate as much of the liquid as possible.
Yes, Chef.
If you want, Chef, maybe it might be easier to, oh, you're good.
I learned from the best.
All right. Beautiful.
So Scott has actually been in some really cool places too. I remember he was telling me about how he lived in Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived in, I moved to Colorado in my early 20s and stayed there for about 10 years. Working in a couple of different restaurants and hotels, resorts. It was great. It was different. You know, being in a landlocked state and being a seafood lover, it was a little bit tough, especially getting seafood from New England, and which is what I grew up on. I remember you know, going out there in my first week or two, calling my fishmonger and asking for steamer clams. 'Cause I love steamers, you know, or whole belly clams.
Yeah.
You know, in the summertime, that's
Yeah.
what I love to eat. And they had no idea what I was talking about because it's not
man.
something that they eat out there. So we are going to go right onto the plate next with our beautiful scallops. Okay, I'm going to put a paper towel down. These scallops don't need to cook for hours, guys. You really just want to get a nice sear on two sides. And, you know, obviously you could eat scallops raw if they're fresh. Find them in a lot of local sushi restaurants that way. I just, like I said, I like to add a little bit of butter. Obviously, we cooked them in bacon fat, so I'm really not worried about the flavor on these. I mean, scallops by themselves are delicious.
They're so sweet.
They're so sweet and
decadent.
delicious. And so what I'd like you to do, Chef, is just go around, you know, one, two, like kind of clockwise with 7 of those on each plate.
Yes, chef.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna follow you with a couple of these chunks of peaches that we cooked down earlier. Just kind of in between them, a little bit on top. Beautiful, nice and juicy peaches. A little bit of flavor from that balsamic and that tarragon is in there. And we're just gonna go ahead and do this.
Peaches are my favorite fruit, especially living in Atlanta growing up.
I bet.
Oh my
Right
gosh.
now, like locally, guys, girls, whoever's listening out there, Facebook world, Nutmeg TV, you have, you know, 2 or 3 weeks to really take advantage of some great local fruit. So head out to your local farm, support them. Buy
Especially right now.
Buy some stone fruit. All right, so we have this beautiful peaches, Swiss chard. And then what we're gonna do is take a little of this sauce that we made in the blender. Right? Let me just clean up as I go a little bit. Do you have a little spoon still? I'm gonna grab this one right here.
Okay.
We'll be fine. We're gonna be eating it later. So we made this sauce earlier, as I said, folks. We're just gonna drizzle a little bit over the top of the scallops. It's almost like an emulsion at this point. That vinegar and peach reduction came really well together. It's delicious. And it's gonna give another component, texture, sweetness to the dish. And we're gonna finish the dish with the third style of peach that we made a little while ago. So we just have a couple of these shaved peaches with tarragon. We're gonna just put a little pile on top of our Swiss chard with our hands, or if you have tongs, feel free. And since we have a lot of sweet components in this dish, although I know this is gonna be absolutely phenomenal, I still, since it's seafood, like to grab a little bit of citrus
Oh, the lardons.
and give it a little bit over the top.
Ooh.
And then, last but not least, no, I did not forget, but I almost did, is our crispy bacon lardon. So these are nice and crispy, rendered down. We're just gonna kind of go over the top with these. How good does that look, folks?
That looks
I am
amazing.
super excited to eat this. I think Chef Victoria is gonna be putting this on the menu at Trevin next week.
Oh yeah, that's special.
So there we have it, Connecticut, peaches with Swiss chard, some locally caught scallops, and you know, just a lot of texture and flavor on there. We know the Swiss chard is going to add some earthiness to the dish. The scallops are going to add some sweetness, and the bacon just going to add some goodness.
Yeah.
Good.
So as you can see, he is the GOAT. He's the best. He can't be messed with. He came, he did it. He said, "Ba-dow," and I was like, "Ta-dow." So thank you so much for being on the show, Chef. I can't wait to eat this with you. And this looks absolutely amazing.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to try it myself.
Yeah.
And guys, if you don't follow Victoria on Facebook, on the gram, on the talk, make sure you follow her.
Same.
And
Same. He's on Facebook.
we hope to see you at some of our restaurants. Doro Restaurant Group is located in West Hartford. We have 4 there, Treva, Aver, Zohara, and Doro Marketplace. And we have a restaurant in Manchester, Artisanal Burger Company. We cater. You might get to see Victoria in your house one night. You know, we'd love to come to your house and cook for a party of 10 or 20 or 30 and put a dish like this together for you guys. But it's been my pleasure. I really appreciate it. You've been great. Blessed to have Victoria as a cook in our company. And maybe one day I'll be back in studio. I know I will definitely be underwater doing the scuba scallop show.
I would do that with you, though.
With Victoria.
Don't like.
So one of the best parts of being a chef is, you know, buying great ingredients, finding the great ingredients, but definitely, hands down, the best part is eating, right?
That's right.
So I'm totally excited to take my first bite of these scallops. Hopefully we got some of that flavor. Let's see where we're at. You see, these scallops are like perfectly cooked. They still have a little bit of, you know, opaqueness, if you will, in the middle. They're not 100% cooked through.
They're like little pillows.
And you get that peach flavor and that bacon. I'd put this on a dinner menu anywhere in the state of Connecticut right now, and it would sell. There's nothing wrong with this. Everything's well seasoned, Swiss chard. See how that is? I love the tarragon that I'm getting with the bacon and the scallops. It's just absolutely delicious.
I love how you offered like a bitter green too, because I feel like I was going so sweet, and you tied it in together. And I mean, it's true. Like, you should always have an acid, sugar, salt, and this is amazing.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people.
In fact.
In fact?
In fat.
Oh.
Like with acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fat and acid. Bacon, you need a little bit of acid. You know, in the summertime, it's really important to keep your food balanced, seasonal, and not overthink it. You know, a lot of restaurant chefs will think, oh, I need a starch on a plate. You know, I need to have some sort of rice or grain or potato. I mean, if you eat this dish, there's no way that you're missing any of those components. You know, it's just right where it should be. And that peach sauce with the bourbon in it.
Right.
Wow.
Well, when we had the peaches in, I'm not gonna lie, I was eating one, and I was thinking, like, I don't think I've ever had like savory peach. I did.
What's that?
Hear this story. You're gonna laugh. So it was my first audition to Food Network. I was 22, and I made seared pork chops with a peach and onion chutney on top, because I was broke. I was at Disney culinary program, so I had like $20 to spend.
Yeah.
It was good, but looking back on the video, I was like, you should have seared your pork chop more. Probably should have put some color on your peaches. Should have cut your onions thinner. Should have had a
You know what?
more.
Every day is a learning lesson. You live and you learn. Take what you did yesterday, and you make it better if possible. You know. So, one other fact that I just learned about an hour ago, and I have to share it with you and the audience, is that there are over a billion. There are over a billion
Look into the camera,
living
Chef.
bacteria
Look into the camera.
in your poop. I swear, I just went to wash my hands in the restroom and saw that on the wall. So, folks, with this new Delta variant coming around, you, all of you, wash your hands frequently.
You heard what he said.
If you're not vaccinated,
Where's the
wear
camera?
a mask, please. I'm not trying to get political in any way.
Oh.
So let's be safe out there, folks. Wash your hands as frequently as you can. Sing happy birthday, and it's been such a pleasure. This food is great. Thank you, Chef Victoria, for having me.
Thank you.
And I hear your uncle's coming.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
he stopping by?
Yeah, my Uncle Itis. You guys are gonna meet him as well.
Oh, cool, man. I can't wait to meet him. I heard he's a great guy.
He's a character for sure. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate him. He's been such a great mentor. He's honestly the best boss I ever had.
Yeah, I can't stop eating him, so.
He's taught me a lot. He continues to teach me a lot, and he encourages me a lot. And I can only keep being a better chef because he passes down all of his savvy. Like, I was like peaches and scallops, and he rocked it. So, yeah. Thank you for coming, Chef.
Cheers. Thank you very much, folks.
Cheers.
Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.
All right now. Well, I want to say hello to you guys. I'm Uncle Itis, and Victoria is my niece, I will say. My favorite niece, now that she has a show. I mean that she's grown into a young lady. I will say that she has put her foot in this one, because I have got the itis now. I mean, I will admit I taught her everything that she knows, but here nor there, she did a good job. And I remember back in the day, I was working at this fish fry, and how you got to it, if you went down the road and you took a right and you took another right, and then you swerved to the left and shimmied a little bit, then look over your shoulder, there was this place called Joe's. And I went up in there one day and I said, Joe, I said, I wanna cook. I wanna show you what I can do. And the chef was Joe. He was Billy's old boy, and he had took over after Billy had got the gout and all that, and his leg had went real crazy to the side, and, so he said, Dad, I'll take over for you. So I said, I go in there and let Joe know what I could do, show him what I got, and I went up in there, and boy, did I get to frying. I got to frying, boy, I took that saute pan, and I took it, and I put that fish in that pan, and I was gone, boy. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was like Earth, Wind, and the Fire with the flames. And I went to the side, and I came back, and I flipped it this way. And I did it like you had never seen done it before. And he didn't hire me. But I did dishwash for a while. And so, yeah, I taught everything she knows. But this was a real good thing. I'm proud of my baby. And y'all better come back and see Uncle Itis next time on Shrimp and Jazz. Y'all hear? All right now, y'all have a good one. I know y'all ain't playing in my rutabagas again. Oh, hey. I was just pressing my eyes. I'm Uncle Itis, and I hope y'all like part 1 of Shrimp and Jazz. But what's his name? My niece's friend, Scott, Chef Scott. That was his name. Real nice young man. That's right. You know, he came in here. He had his jacket on and stuff, and they had got to cooking, and they cooking something good. So y'all make sure y'all tune back and see what they're gonna put together. Now, I hope it ain't nasty, cause I ain't gonna eat nothing if it's nasty. I'm not gonna do it. I support as much as I can, but if it's nasty, I'm not gonna do it. But I ain't gonna hurt her feelings. I'm not gonna tell her. I'm gonna just put it to the side, you know what I'm saying? We put it, oh, thanks, baby. And put it to the side. So, but we'll see you next time. All right. Thanks for tuning in for Shrimp and Jazz. All right now.